This is huge. This is a massive event. Let me dig deeper for the specific unusual/hidden details and any Jungkook interaction moments during this period. He cried on a stage in front of 92,000 people. Then, less than 24 hours later, he stood in the middle of the biggest sports event on the planet and made history all over again. And somewhere in between those two moments, his closest fanmate did something so small, so quiet, that most people watching almost missed it. But ARMY didn't miss it, and once they saw it, they couldn't stop talking about it. This is the story of Jungkook's most emotional week in years, and the quiet way Taehyung showed up for him right in the middle of it. Let's set the scene. In mid-July 2026, BTS were closing out the European leg of their Arirang World Tour with two massive shows at Stade de France in Paris. This wasn't just any stop. It was the group's first time performing in Paris since 2019, and the crowd told the story all on its own. 80,000 seats sold out, then floor tickets pushed the final number past 92,000 fans, the largest audience BTS has ever performed for in a single show. Even France's president showed up to watch. 7 men who had just spent years apart completing military service. This was supposed to be a celebration, a victory lap. And for most of the night, it was exactly that. Then came the encore. During the second and final night, BTS brought out a surprise song, Are Bulletproof, The Eternal, a track that's always carried heavy emotional weight for the group and their fans. And that's when something shifted. Jungkook, standing in front of one section of the crowd, went almost completely still. For nearly 3 minutes, he didn't move much at all. He just looked out at the fans in front of him, many of whom were already crying. And slowly, he started crying too. It didn't stop there. As the show rolled into the next song, Please, the tears kept coming. Multiple fan-recorded clips from different angles all showed the same thing. Jungkook trying to hold himself together, taking deep breaths, clearly overwhelmed. And sitting close by, watching him through it, were Taehyung and Jin. Here's the detail that fans keep coming back to. Neither of them swooped in with some big, dramatic gesture. There was no grand hug caught on camera, no dramatic rescue. It was smaller than that, and somehow that's exactly what made it hit so hard. Footage shows Taehyung and Jin simply staying close, watching over him with visible concern, letting him have the moment while quietly making sure he wasn't alone in it. By the time the group moved into the sun, you could still see traces of what Jungkook had just been through. So why was he crying? This is where the story moves from what was caught on camera to what Jungkook actually said himself. After the show, he opened up on Weverse. He explained that the night before, lying in bed, the realization that it was his last night in Paris had hit him harder than he expected. He described feeling an ache in his chest and said that ever since the European leg of the tour began, he'd been so happy that the idea of it ending, of being too busy to come back anytime soon, made him emotional in a way he didn't fully see coming. It's a simple explanation. No hidden crisis, no secret conflict. Just an artist who, after years of separation and a long road back to the stage, got hit by the weight of how much this reunion with fans actually meant to him. And that honesty is exactly why the moment spread the way it did. As one widely shared fan comment put it, after more than a decade of following this group, this was a first. A moment that powerful. Now here's where the timeline gets almost cinematic. Barely a day after wiping those tears in Paris, Jungkook was standing on one of the largest stages in the world, at the 2026 FIFA World Cup Final in New Jersey, performing during the tournament's first ever official halftime show. Curated by Coldplay's Chris Martin and shared with names like Madonna, Shakira, and Justin Bieber, this was history in real time. Jungkook became the only artist, male or Asian, to perform on multiple FIFA World Cup stages more than once, following his solo moment back in Qatar in 2022. He even tweaked a lyric in Dynamite on the spot, singing "Kick the ball" instead of "Kick the drum." A tiny change that fans instantly caught and turned into one of the most talked about seconds of the entire show. Within minutes, he was trending at the very top of global search results. And Taehyung was right there through all of it too, in his own way lighting up the night. Backstage clips showed him sharing an easy, laughing moment with Justin Bieber, and later, a chaotic, joyful reunion with YouTuber IShowSpeed, where cameras caught Taehyung grinning while, just behind him, Jungkook was bouncing with excitement, unable to contain himself. Two members, two very different energies, both fully present, both completely themselves. Then, just a few days later, one more small piece landed. On July 22nd, Jungkook posted a selfie from an airplane with a caption, "Home Sweet Home." He was wearing a custom Balenciaga hoodie, the very one from that emotional final Paris show, sunglasses pushed down, flashing a peace sign. Fans immediately noted the contrast. The composed, teary performer from days earlier now looking soft, playful, unguarded again. It felt like a quiet epilogue to everything that had just happened. Now, it's worth saying clearly because this part matters. None of this is romantic confirmation of anything. But it's no secret that Taehyung and Jungkook, often nicknamed Taekook by the fandom, have one of the most closely watched bonds in the group, and moments like this Paris encore always reignite discussion. Some fans, watching Taehyung's quiet, steady presence beside Jungkook in that vulnerable instant, floated the theory that their connection runs even deeper than ordinary friendship. That is a theory and only a theory, something widely discussed across fan communities, never something either member has confirmed. What makes this whole week so unforgettable isn't really any single moment. It's the watcher of it. A member breaking down in tears in front of the biggest crowd of his life, comforted not with words, but with presence. Then, less than a day later, that same person standing at the center of world history, dry-eyed, powerful, unstoppable. Two extremes of the same young man, and his bandmate quietly there for both.